Wow, guys, what a movie. I've just watched F1 and I can't believe that this movie is this nice. I was really skeptical when I started it. I thought that it's gonna be boring and all that, but I think that this one is for cinema, guys. It does belong into cinema. I can't really wait to just go and repeat this movie into a cinema. Obviously, if I say that I will have to go to watch it in a cinema, it means that it was a fantastic movie. The name of the movie obviously is F1. It was directed by Joseph Kosinski. I think he really outdone himself when it comes to the action on this movie. It's an action movie which starred by Brad Pitt. We all know him on actions that is that good, guys. And I must give it to Idris Demson. He was also great. We all know him that, honestly speaking, he knows how to walk. We know what he can be able to deliver. And I didn't expect any less, and he did deliver on this one, to be honest. Other characters that acted on this one is Javier Dadem and also Kerry Condon. Those are the ones that are really actors that were main characters on this movie. So Brad Pitt obviously was acting as Sonny Hayes, Idris was Joshua Peace, and both of them were drivers of the F1 cars. Obviously, for one team, I was when I started this movie because I already saw the cast. I was just a little bit thinking that if they were into different teams, it's really gonna be how will it play out? And fortunately, they were in one team, and obviously Sonny Hayes was the elder one, and Adris was the I mean Joshua Peace was the younger one. And it seems like it's one of those movies where in the elder was trying to show the younger one how things are done, how one have to behave, how the experience along with the talent meets. I think the experience always wins, and that's what we were seeing in this movie. Even though they were in one team, but they were still being able to compete, and the competition was really fire, guys. I must say that I didn't like the fact that the opposition, we really didn't have someone whom were being told the story of, as he was sort of rivalry, if I may put it. We didn't have that. We all know Lewis Hamilton, that he is a good driver, and they try to make this movie as realistic as possible, because we did see a glimpse of him, but he didn't really act part in this movie. We just saw a glimpse in him, and we just saw the cars as this team was busy chasing the teams, the cars that were in front, but we never got to see the drivers of the cars that were in front, the Ferraris, the Porsches that were in front. We didn't see like the name of those drivers or the actors of those drivers. But nevertheless, getting into the movie, obviously, Brad Pitt, I already said that he can be able to deliver. And he started off as being a veteran who have been through a lot. He was previously in an accident, and I think that they did show that he was in an accident that really showed that he was very skeptical at first to join the F1, but eventually he ended up joining for the sake of trying to go to do things right, trying to go to rewrite the history, because on the accident, obviously, it seems like nobody really cared about him. Even after the accident, no one really cared. As for Demson Adres, as the guy that was just fairly new. he thought that he still have a future ahead of him, but he can't just be removed by an older person who is obviously Sony Highs, and he felt like at first they really didn't like each other, to be honest. They had a huge beef that was the only one way to settle it was in the race, and they did race, and they did settle it there, which I really like the fact that like they didn't get physical with each other and all that. They just it was just all about racing, to be honest. And I really like that about the movie, that they had to capture the whole scenario of their life to just end it in a race. As for the relationship, obviously Sonny Hayes was got into a relationship, but we didn't really get to see their love story manifesting from the start and developing nicely. We didn't see that. I felt like they really robbed themselves to get people to really enjoy the love part of their relationship. And also for Idris, I feel like they should have been someone that maybe whom he was dating, because we only got to see only his mother. I mean, Joshua Pierce. We only got to see his mother. We didn't see and also his manager. We didn't see much about his own private life. I felt like they could have shown us, because he seemed like he was a sort of a freak, sort of a person who was willing to go extra mile when it comes to everything. So we were wondering, like, I mean, shouldn't we know what is his private life looking like? Because we can see him going to the clubs, but we don't see any girls or anything like that. He seemed like a person who was very grounded and who was only focused on winning, because he did even try to go to a club, but he ended up getting out and went home, which shows that like he was really determined to win. But as for the cameras, he really loved the cameras. He wanted the spotlight, but Sony Highs always want him to be like, you know what, you shouldn't follow this thing of cameras, which he end up taking most of the advices from the older Sony Highs, which is great to see the younger one eventually taking instruction from the elder one. And I don't want to keep this review longer than it should, guys. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed the movie, and I feel like obviously you can really definitely enjoy this movie into a cinema. Other than just sitting at home and watching it, you can really enjoy this movie into a cinema. So it can really keep you in the edge. I mean, like it can really keep you in the edge. Just to enjoy it into the cinema, obviously with a big screen and all the cars are running. You can really just feel the adrenaline of what the drivers are feeling. I think that like you can really feel it. And also with a high volume, obviously you can really feel the adrenaline. And I think as for Brad Pitt, I think because he also acted, I think it was the movie of planes. I think it's a similar type of movie, which was Top Gun. I think that that thrill is the similar thrill. For those who have watched Top Gun, they are going to definitely feel the same thrill as this movie called the F1. And obviously for those lovers of the F1 racing, I do sort of come across the sport and then maybe watch it now and then. I don't really follow much about the sport, but the movie, as for the movie, obviously I did enjoy this movie, to be honest. As for the characters, I feel like we could have seen more of the other characters, but they really did keep it short. As I said, I do like the short characters in a movie, other than just having way too many characters that can end up moving us away from the objective of a movie. And The storyline itself, I didn't like much about the storyline, as it didn't really have too much into it. As I already said about the love story, that it wasn't really much played about their background. We all saw that Brad Pitt, obviously, he had a relationship. As I already said, that he had a relationship previously. He got divorced, and he's just an old guy. But we didn't get to see what happened into his old life. And as for Joshua Peace as well, we didn't see what happened for him to get there. We could have seen something that made him to decide to be in that profession, but we didn't really see anything, to be honest. But the movie, I did enjoy it. I will definitely give it an 8. I will give it an 8. And for those who haven't watched the movie, please go watch the movie. Preferably go watch it into cinema. The quality that I've watched for this movie wasn't that great. I'm sure that you will see by the images that it wasn't really that great. But nevertheless, please go enjoy this movie. Cheers.